Welcome back to another video. I actually had an idea of doing like my take on stuff I want to see come out. A lot of people ask me this a lot, like what I would like to see come out from each brand. And so why not make a video discussing that on each brand? I think we'll just do a video. Dude, honestly, I think this, like, I'm gonna start with DC. Obviously, like, that's my favorite brand from back in the day. It's probably going to have to be like a multi-part because I obviously want every DC shoe ever to come back out, but I kind of want to like narrow it down to more feasible ones. What you doing? He's fucking with the light, and it's fucking with me. You have to like take a seat. All right. Every time you do stuff in the background, it distracts me. I'm about to put like a blanket in between us, so you can do whatever you want to do, man. All right, so
the lighting is just trash right now. Maybe I can fix it later, but if not, fuck it.
Doesn't matter. Video's a video.
Yeah.
So I actually have this like poster on the wall here of a bunch of models of like that era, 2002. I kind of like, you'll see me glance that way. That's what the fuck I'm looking at. To start it off with what I actually want to see come out from DC that I know they're capable of making. They have actually made it already before, but I feel like they didn't do it right, is the actual Mantica. The original Mantica. They have the 4s out right now, which a lot of people like those, but for me, the actual first model was like the best and only Mantica. Like, in my opinion, that's the only Mantica that I like, and I need to grab one for demonstration purposes. First off, it's hot as hell in this room, but
I mean, I could leave.
Yeah, true. So, pull this puppy out. This shoe is one of the best, like, cheap shoes to ever be made, in my opinion. Aside from the SXL, I think the SXL is like the greatest basic skate shoe you could ever make. The Lynx right there with it, but this is like, this was cheaper than the Lynx. And it's everything the Lynx is, you know, you get the same shit. It's basically the same shoe, just not a runner toe. This shoe had a lot of phenomenal colorways, and it was like 60 bucks, 65 bucks maybe, when it's brand new. Let me see how much this fucking, yeah, $58.99 at a fucking skate shop. DC, when they reissued this, 2016, I think, it was almost there. The only thing is like, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but with S shoes, they're kind of like, you put them on and they feel kind of cheap, like a lot of their reissues. That's how the DC Mantica was. Like, it visually looked like the shoe, but when you put it on, it felt cheap. It didn't have the tongue centering strap, so the tongue always like fell over. It was kind of annoying. So that just, honestly, if they would have just put tongue centering straps on them, I would have loved them a lot more. I feel like they need to give this shoe another run, especially with the way they're treating the Lynx OG. I can get, like, where's the Lynx at? Right here. I get why they don't have it, because having both these shoes in their current lineup, they're essentially the fucking same thing, you know? So I get why they wouldn't do it, but at the same time, like, they barely make any of these. So you could keep these, like, exclusive or whatever you want to do and have a shit ton of these out. But this and the Avatar, I feel like they should do the Avatar again. Shoes with a fucking strap. I mean, this is almost an Avatar. Look, see if you can focus on that. Look at all the damn colorways they had. And they're all fucking amazing. Especially that brown and fucking gum sole is beautiful. And then you scroll over to the Avatar, and the exact same thing. So many good colors. I didn't like that one. But, but a lot of great fucking colorways. And that's the thing, like, they could be running that back. That, honestly, this is like, the reason I picked this one first is because this is literally the most like feasible shoe that they could actually bring back if they fucking would, or if they, you know, I don't know the fucking ins and outs of it, but like I said, the only reason I can think that they wouldn't do it is because it would interfere with the Lynx sales, but then the Lynx are so limited, why not have this? I mean, honestly, that'd be even better business idea is have that limited. When you can't buy that, you just get out and buy some Manticas. You know what I mean? Hell, you can have like Lynx colorways on Manticas. So if you miss out on a Lynx drop, you get the fucking Mantica in that colorway.
I like that idea.
Yeah, because this is probably a cheaper shoe to make based on the prices that it was back in the day. This sole was beautiful to skate in. The shoe was amazing. And I remember, like, even this being a very cheap shoe, like 60 bucks-ish, I would, like, drool over this. Especially, like, I know it's weird. Norm's gonna love this, but the all black with the gum sole was like the one I wanted the most. I'm not normally an all black shoe guy, but yeah, like this was very basic, and I wanted it alongside with wanting fucking Kalis's and Muscas and shit. So this is a must in my opinion. I hate that they like did bring it back and didn't do it justice. That sucked. On to the next shoe. I gotta find it because I did not prepare myself good enough for this video. Oh, you know what? Right here. The DC Dash. I get asked about this a lot on Instagram. Oh, this shoe is so damn good looking, man. This shoe, I remember when it came out. Well, actually, I don't remember when it came out because I think I started skating like right after it came out. But like, I remember seeing it in CCS catalogs and stuff, and I was like, my thought process at the time was, why is a skate shoe company making like a basic like running shoe? Like, to me, this wasn't a skate shoe. Looking back at the time, you know, because it didn't have rubber all the way across the toe. So like for me, skate shoes, you got a solid fucking sole, you know what I mean? So just seeing that lack of it, because that's blowing out immediately skating in it. Now I get it. I'm like, bro, like, just comfortable shoes to wear. And that's the thing, like this shoe, I feel like they should have this back. But at the same time, you know, going back to what I was saying about Mantica interfering with links, if they bring this back, it interferes with the Kalis lights, because the Kalis lights are essentially this. They are a casual shoe that DC makes. But everybody skates Kalis lights. I skated in them. I actually like skating in those. I really thought I'd hate skating in those because of the way the soles were, because, I mean, it's like the same. Yeah, dude, this shoe is another one that they had like a lot of good colorways in. They could easily run this shoe back. I think this shoe would kill it. I mean, offering this as a casual shoe, people are going to still skate it anyways. Dude, the DC Dash is something I would love to see back on the market. And it's funny, you know how like with food, you have like, you know, when you're a kid, you absolutely hate pickles. I want to say a mom joke.
Dude, they love it though.
No, I was gonna say your mom always liked my pickle.
Oof.
But so yeah, like, you know, as a kid, you hate pickles, but then when you grow up, you're like fucking obsessed with them. That's all you want to eat. That's all Brandon's mom wants to eat. Anyways,
alright, I'm gonna head out, man.
That's how this shoe is for me. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I didn't appreciate it. I literally, like I said, I just thought like, because I was like a fucking skate rat. If you couldn't skate it, why have it? And now, in my opinion, you couldn't skate this, so why the fuck did DC make it? But now, fuck yeah, my fucking lazy ass wants this now, because I want a casual, comfortable shoe to wear around in. You know what I mean? This could probably skate really fucking good. I should skate it one day, anyways. But let me put these up. Moving on. Also, this order is kind of in no particular way of which one I want first to come out, and vice versa. Except for that Mantica. I do want that one to come out first. I'm going to throw this in there just real quick, because I've gone over these shoes a lot in videos. But the Torsion model, not necessarily the Supreme, but the Torsion model itself is such a beautiful shoe because it has no DC branding on it really, except for on the heel and on the tongue, and I like that. This is a very like minimal shoe. Clocker 2, Clocker 3 sole. This thing was amazing. They should bring it back, but then again, it interferes with the Clocker 2s. They have the Clocker 2s out now. It's borderline the same shoe, just this one doesn't have a rubber toe. So I can, again, see why they wouldn't bring that back. Oh, you know what? I'm adding this one in for my own pleasure. A lot of people do like this shoe though, but I kind of feel like I'm like one of the only ones. The DC Spectra, the original one, a lot of people like the 2s. I don't get it because, actually I know I don't get it. I don't get it because this was the one that was out when I fucking started skating. That's why I love this one. But a lot of people probably started skating when the 2 was out. And that's probably why they love that one. Dude, this shoe to me it's just like the Mantica. It was a very entry-level skate shoe. It was very cheap. This thing, like this sole, was like a work of art. It skated amazing. It lasts pretty fucking good. But then like this shoe itself is just such a great shoe because it's that one little toe panel there, just like most of their skate shoes or whatever. But then you have this little T-piece right here, little vents in it, but the mesh and everything. You had this little DC lace piece here that is like such a nice little touch to add to a shoe. This shoe was the first legit skate shoe that I actually skated in. I remember I got them from my buddy as a hand-me-down, which in my case it sucked. A lot of times when you get hand-me-downs from friends, it's cool because like they probably skate regular and you skate goofy or vice versa. So like when you first start skating, nobody skates switch out the gate technically. My buddy was a goofy footed skater and I was too, so these were already shoe Goodell back when I got them. But I still fucking loved them, and that's the thing. Like, they were already worn out, and it still was an amazing fucking shoe to me. And this thing cost him like $54 at a fucking skate shop. Luckily, he gave them to me. I didn't have to pay for them. But dude, this is a 100% trip down memory lane for me, which is kind of the reason why I want this shoe to come back. Because I think it would be so dope to just go out and skate in my first skate shoe all over again. Which technically, thinking about it, like, I can do that with these. So I have like a couple colorways. I think 2. Honestly, I think I have 3. Yeah, I should.
Damn.
We'll make another video about that. I'm going to fucking skate a pair of these. But first, I got to get back into the groove of skating. I haven't skated in a little bit, and I need to get back into it. But I will, like, start skating again, get back into the groove, and then do, like, a video on skating, like, my first pair of skate shoes ever again, and seeing if they still hold up to the test of time. See if I still like them as much as I did when I was a kid. But this shoe, bro, like, honestly, it was so good. Like I told you, I got them when they were worn out. Skated the piss out of them. I remember I threw him into the kennel that I had like a big Rottweiler when I was a kid. He had this big cage. I threw him in there, let him have them as chew toys.
Oh my god.
And I forget what shoe I had. Actually, I don't. It was the America Mark Johnson 2s, which is also one of my favorite skate shoes ever. I fucking hated skating in that shoe. It was like butter. When I would try to flick, it would just, my foot would slip right the fuck off the board. It didn't grip for shit for me. And it was also a hand-me-down from the exact same dude who gave me these. I remember the first time I tried to kickflip in that shoe, I was like, what the fuck? And so I tried to skate a little bit more. I was like, just gonna take some time. Hated them. I went right back into my dog's kennel, dug these out, sprayed them the fuck down with water. They were fucking like almost buried into the ground. So I dug them out, sprayed them down with water, cleaned them up as best I could, threw them in the washing machine, threw them in a dryer. It came out looking like a fucking like banana boat. Like, you know, I put them back on and continued to skate them and fucking still loved them. The sole was like completely slick, and I still fucking like that. I want this shoe to come back. I think this would be a great shoe. There's so many panels on this that you could do so many different colorways. I feel like this would be a great shoe to have, in my opinion. I know like this one I'm kind of reaching on because, like I said, there's not a lot of people that actually like this model per se. I kind of feel like it's more of a niche model that like I like and a few others do. But fuck it, I still want it to come out. This. So, along with the Mantica, they did bring back, oh, please don't be fucking falling apart. Okay, yeah, these are still beautiful. The Syntax, dude. This one, I absolutely hated when it came out. Because when I started skating, this was like the old model, you know, and it's like, you want what's new and hot. And whenever I first started skating, I had came across a pair of these in a Marshall's store, which if you're not from the States, it's not necessarily a secondhand store. It's a store that they buy stock from other stores that have like closed down or whatever, and they get them and they sell them at a lower price in their store. So I remember I was like walking through there one day and they had these in the brown and orange colorway, and got them. I actually did like skating them, but I thought they were hideous at the time, which now, like, I want that colorway so bad. Like, that's why, like, I was so excited when this shoe came out, because this was the colorway of the Syntax that I had. But yeah, now I love it. Like, I used to think it was hideous. But this shoe, like, I remember thinking, like, oh, this shoe is so old, outdated, blah, blah. I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but, like, I really think this is a beautiful shoe. And they did bring it back. They did a more modern version of it, which it wasn't bad, necessarily, but it didn't catch on like it should have, and also it didn't help that it was one of the first like shoes DC had brought back, and it was at a time when people weren't even interested in it, and it was too ahead of its time when they brought it out. But I feel like it's been long enough, because that came out like 2015, maybe 16, right around there. So it's been long enough, but DC could go back and just fully bring back this shoe itself in its full OG form, and I feel like it would do well. For the love of God, make this thing pop out. The one they brought back, it was like hugging it, and it didn't have the same effect. But that's like one of the key traits about the Syntax that I always fucking liked. That and the overly large lace loops. Like, I think that's so cool. It looks like a child's shoe almost.
It does.
Because how it's only got like 4 lace loops, you know what I mean? Instead of like traditional like 5, 6. That's what's fucking cool about it. Like, this shoe completely like embodies an old skate shoe. Like, you see this on the wall anywhere and you're like, that's an old skate shoe. And I like that nowadays, you know?
Right.
But that's fucking cool. I think this shoe could kill it, dude. And then one of the pluses about this shoe is it had a rubber toe cap, but it wasn't like thick and hard. Like, this was just a nice, soft, thin rubber toe cap that performed well, skated good because it had like flexibility to it. But like, there's so many little details about this shoe. I could go over this shoe for hours. That sole was crazy though. Like,
Dude,
that's
yeah,
that's insane. Anyways, you know what? Let's fuck. I want to wrap it up, but let me do one last shoe that really is not going to happen because they just let this man off of their team, from what I believe. Oh, that thing is sticky. She's getting old. This is, I've mentioned before, but one of my all-time favorite DC shoes ever. The shape of this shoe, just the overall silhouette, not right now because it's fucking old and falling apart, but was such a beauty. When this came out, this was so far ahead of every other skate shoe at that time. It like blew everything out the fucking water with how like advanced it was, with its whole like, you know, the name Aerotech. It was a system where it allowed air to go through the inside, out the soles, like it flowed, you know, but like it was phenomenal. Like, to fucking think that a skate shoe company at that time this fucking advanced was insane. The idea of a skate shoe is just something to tear the fuck up. Why create this is like, you know, at the same time, that's what makes it so fucking great. There's no reason for DC to go this hard into a shoe and make a shoe this fucking tech, but they did it anyways just to be like, look what the fuck we can do.
Right.
That's the thing that like I love about the old skate shoes is they're so fucking overkill. Like, the tech era, there was no fucking reason. The Moscas, like, fucking, of course I don't have a pair near me. Hand me that. Why have a rubber eyelet right here in the ollie area? Why have a thick rubber toe cap? You don't fucking need it. It helps the durability, but then, you know, like, you don't fucking need it. But it's, they went through and was like, fuck it, let's just see what the fuck we can do. This era of skate shoes, in my opinion, is the fucking greatest moment in history for like the skate industry, because this shouldn't be a shoe. This shouldn't exist. Because if you break it down, you don't, like, what you need in a skate shoe is fucking literally nothing. I get why companies went with one piece like toes and everything, because I mean that's all you fucking need. Why waste money on other shit? This
super simple.
This right here, a basic shoe. That's all you need to skate in. But they fucking literally were like, no, fuck that. Let's push the boundaries. Let's make the craziest shit. One little detail on this shoe is so fucking phenomenal. This little strap going down the tongue. It's fucking translucent. Fucking see-through. And yet, like, it's all heat transfer, like DC Shoe Co. USA on it. Blue, like, why? You don't need that. You don't need to go that hard on a fucking strap on a tongue, bro. Like, that's why this shoe is so fucking great to me. Like, to me, this is like the best skate shoe that, I mean, like I said, it should not fucking exist. That's what makes this thing so great to me. Also, if you can see on here, if you can catch like that shape. So that shape of that shoe was so fucking beautiful to me. I don't know what it is, but the whole silhouette of it, you could black out that entire shoe. Like, I mean, it's pretty much blacked out right there. But just looking at the outline of it is fucking phenomenal to me. I don't know why, but that's what made me fall in love with this shoe. I mean, you know, aside from all of the fucking technical bullshit they put into it, it's just the shape of it was what first caught my attention. And I've said this before, but I remember going to like a mall, and it was like a Journeys or some shit. They had a big fucking like, probably like 4 foot, but at the time I was like 4 foot, so it looked huge. Billboard outside that had like this shoe, you know, on the sign and everything. It blew me away. Just because, I mean, little old fucking 13-year-old me running around in the mall expecting to see some basic ass SXLs and stuff, and then this is right in my fucking face. There's so many cartoons. If you ever seen like a cartoon, I can't think of an exact like one, but like a car that's futuristic and it's got all the bells and whistles, and like the cartoon character's dad is like, I gotta have that, that's amazing. That was this. When I saw that, this thing had every fucking bell and whistle. It was everything you needed plus some, and then a million things you did not fucking need, all in one. I can go on about this shoe for fucking years, bro. Now, also, kind of funny, I would probably never fucking wear this shoe right now. Like, even if they did bring this back, I probably would not wear it. It was so amazing for what it was at that time. I feel like it would be weird on me now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Nike Air Force Ones. When Nelly came out with that fucking song, gotta have Air Force Ones. Like, that's all I fucking wanted. But I remember trying them on, and I thought they looked so stupid on me. But they look fucking amazing sitting there on that shelf.
Right.
That's this shoe. I wanted to add this one in last because of that. Like, I really want this shoe to come back so I can buy a million fucking pairs and just I want to cover my whole wall with this shoe because it's so fucking amazing. But I probably wouldn't wear it. I mean, I would, honestly. I would wear a pair just because, like, you know, fuck it, let's wear it around. Dude, I don't know. This is just, like I said, this is a phenomenal thing that should never have fucking happened. They shouldn't have went this fucking hard on a skate shoe at all. No fucking reason. Which is also kind of the reason why no skate shoe company does that now.
Right.
It's a complete waste of money. I wish I had that white and red colorway, because that was the one that I saw that I fucking like fell in love with.
Yeah.
But I am just 100,000% grateful to own this color. I forget how it happened because it's been a few years, but somebody on Instagram, I think, either sold me this for cheap or pointed out where it was being sold at, and I got it. Yeah, I think it was a guy named Doug who actually lives like 3 hours away from us.
Oh, nice.
I think it was him pointed this out to me because I think it was on Poshmark, if I remember. But yeah, I'm so grateful to be able to own this shoe. This thing is fucking amazing, and I would love to see this come back. Not necessarily for me to wear, but just for the like sheer factor that it's out again. Like, would blow my mind, because like I said, it should never even exist to begin with. But for it to come back again would like be fucking amazing. But at the same time, bro, this shoe would be like $250. I mean, like,
easy.
Like, you think the Muscos are bad? This shoe, they would probably really tax the fuck out of it. And there's spider webs on this bitch.
Jesus.
Bro, yeah, but God, I'm just gonna stop talking because I could go on forever about this. I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna stop this video here on that shoe. But there are a lot more DCs. I obviously want every fucking DC in the world to come back, but I'm gonna, like I said, try to narrow it down to like a more realistic amount. Even though I did add that in there, that'll never fucking happen. DC is not gonna fucking be stupid enough.
Yeah, not a chance.
To put that in there. And also, I just remembered there's a shoe I forgot.
Oh, this guy.
But I really wanted to throw in there. But you know what? It'll make the next video great as well. But yeah, that's a wrap for this video. I hope you guys like this idea. I thought of it one of the other days when we were recording, and I think it's a good idea. I don't know.
No, I think they're gonna enjoy this one, man.
Yeah. It's like, I hear like a lot of comments and stuff where you guys are like, oh, you know, like, I like your take on stuff. And like a lot of people ask me a lot on Instagram, like, what's my take on stuff? And so I feel like, you know, I'm giving you guys that. So I think that's good. I don't know. I'm still rambling. But, but yeah,
we love it, man. We love it.
So that's the whole idea behind this. I literally just want to kind of go through every skate shoe company. I'm not going to go down the list and that'd be the next few videos we do. I'm going to break it up and have them spread out throughout other videos and stuff because I don't want it to be like overbearing.
Right.
You know? So yeah, we will have a part 2 of the DC video of part 100 series because there's a fuck ton of DCs. But yeah, so we'll have another part of that, but I think the next one we do like this will be of another company. I don't know which one yet, but we'll figure it out. It won't be the next video for sure. We'll have something else along the lines until then. But yeah, that's a wrap for this video. Thank you guys again for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I fucking need to get back to comments. I'm so sorry. I am at peace.
Trash, man.
I'm a piece of junk. Yeah, piece of junk. I will get back to it though, but for real, again, you know, I don't know what to say. Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. All right, but yeah,
we appreciate the love, guys, for real.
Yeah, well, today's sponsor, Sprite Zero, all the flavor, none of the sugar or any of the bad stuff, except for the artificial sweetener that will probably kill me faster.
That's right.
Tune in next time. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.